What do a militant abolitionist, who basically kicked off the Civil War, and a mild-mannered poet who is well known for her essays on politeness have in common? One of the most instantly recognizable hymns in American history. Welcome to Behind the Hymns. In this series, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the history behind some classic church hymns. Who wrote it, what was their inspiration, and things like that. I find that when you get to know the meaning behind music lyrics, and the song just becomes that much more powerful. Now, to get this series started, I have chosen a favorite hymn of mine, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. It isn't sung very much in churches, but when it is, churches usually pull out all the stops to make it sound amazing. I find that it's typically most used around patriotic events such as Veterans Day or the 4th of July. Well, most people tend to remember the chorus of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, and His truth is marching on. The song has so much more to offer. So, let's take a look, shall we? To get the root of the song, you need to travel back in American history to the mid-1800s, just prior to the Civil War. There, among the clamor of abolitionists and pro-slavery folks, we had the emergence of a positively over-the-top gentleman by the name of John Brown. John Brown was more than outspoken against slavery. He was a true believer in the cause, and was taking actionable, if not highly controversial, steps to rid the United States of the institution of slavery. He believed his cause to be righteous, so much so that he was willing to go to war for it. Having stirred up trouble in Kansas, where there was so much violence over slavery that it became known as Bleeding Kansas, Brown set his sights on a loftier goal. In 1859, he planned a daring raid on the federal arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia. The goal was to steal the weapons, disperse them to the slaves of Virginia, in hopes that they would rise up and overthrow the system. Needless to say, it didn't work. Brown's raid failed in a practical sense, but his actions galvanized both sides of the conflict. In fact, his raid at Harper's Ferry appears to be the final piece of the puzzle that drove us towards the American Civil War. Not too long after, a regiment in the Massachusetts Volunteer Militia had crafted a rousing marching song aptly titled John Brown's Body. One day, the poet Julia Ward Howe was spending time listening to such songs. She decided that she loved the tune and rhythm of the song, but the lyrics were a little off-putting. So, overnight, she crafted out the now well-known lyrics of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, set to the same music. So, right from the start of the Civil War in 1861, the Union had a powerful song to rally support to its cause. As you pour through the lyrics of the hymn, you can easily see why it is so adaptable to churches. Right from the beginning with, "Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord," to the resounding final verse. more you pay attention, though, you can hear the conviction of the fight to end slavery in the United States. It's right there. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free. All because of the dedicated efforts of abolitionist John Brown and poet Julia Ward Howe. Thanks for listening.